Good evening to all and welcome to the session 200 Grammar Rules. Today we'll go to grammar rules straight away. So far you have learned 80 rules. Today you're going to learn four more: 81, 82, 83, 84. Now let us see what those rules are. And all the rules go with conjunctions. All these rules go with conjunctions. What is the first one for today? Rule number 81. Conjunctions. The title is conjunctions. I'm still with conjunctions. And the first one is both and. This is very important. They have given in many exams. You may ask, sir, why is it important? How do they ask the question? As I said, usually in the exam, they ask questions related to grammar rules on the one hand and common errors on the other hand. This goes with common errors. A lot of people say both as well as. That is not correct. We should use both and. Now, why should we use that? We use both and to emphasize. What is the reason behind? To emphasize the link between two things. This combination makes a stronger connection. Makes what? A stronger connection than and alone. If you use and alone, it may not make the stronger connection. But when you say both and, it makes a stronger connection. It is used for emphasis. And what you have to remember here, both as well as is not the correct combination. A lot of people make that mistake. They tend to say both as well as. That is not correct. No, it did not happen this morning. Tomorrow it is there. I'll send the link. So, both as well as is not correct. It's a common error. Do remember, many competitive exams have given questions related to both as well as, not the right combination. What is the right combination? Both and. Look at the examples. Both France and Germany agree on the treaty. Both. We can also say France and Germany agree on the treaty, but it does not emphasize. When you want to emphasize, make a stronger connection, you should start with both. Both France and Germany agree on the treaty. She played both tennis and cricket when she was a student. Now, a lot of students, to express this particular idea, a lot of language learners, they tend to say she played both tennis as well as cricket when she was a student. That is not correct. She played both tennis and cricket. We cannot say as well as. She played both tennis and cricket when she was a student. That's it. Let us go to, I hope you got the rule. Rule number 2 or 82. Today, the second rule, actual number 82. This is again very important. One of the reasons why is it important and not easy to handle in the exam. They know how to confuse the candidates. Not only, but also. One of the reasons why it is important, it goes with parallel expression. We use not only but also in formal contexts. In pause, formal context. Now you may ask, so what is the difference between formal and informal? I have told you guys already. Language you use at the workplace, in the office, in the industry, and with strangers, with elders, that is known as formal English. What is informal English? Language you use with members of your family and your friends, that is known as informal English. So here, formal context, informal context. In a formal context, you have to use formal English. In an informal context, you have to use informal English. So this expression not only but also goes with formal contexts. It goes with parallel expression. This is very important. You got to remember parallel expression. Now you may ask, so what is this parallel expression? Bank exams, SSC, quite often they ask questions related to parallel expression. What is this parallel expression? When you use not only, but also, after not only, imagine you have used a noun. After but also, you have to use a noun. You have to use the same part of speech. After not only, you have used an adjective. After but also, you should use an adjective. Or you have used the verb ing form after not only, and after but also, you have to use the verb ing form. That's what precisely we call parallel expression. So this particular conjunction goes with parallel expression. Parallel expression very important in the exam. Quite often they ask questions and under pressure not easy to handle. Look at the examples. The new car is not only economical. Focus always, whenever you come across the expression not only but also, first, the moment you see not only, look for but also. Exceptions are there. Usually, not only, you should look for but also. After that, focus on the word after not only. Tell me which part of speech is economical. I'll give you a few seconds. I'll repeat the question, which part of speech is economical? That you have to know first. Economical, which part of speech is it? How come no one has responded? It is an adjective. Very good. Who is that? Prithvi Raja. So it is an adjective. The moment you see not only, you have to focus on the word after not only. You should know for sure the part of speech, adjective. Then you have to tell yourself after but also, you have to look for but also. After but also, you have to use the same part of speech. Now, which part of speech is comfortable? Comfortable place, comfortable car. Which part of speech is it? That is also adjective. This is what we call parallel expression. Not only but also, you have to look for both, and you have to look for focus on the word after not only. Same part of speech you have to use after but also. He is not only a good scholar. Now, what do you see here? A good scholar, adjective noun combination, but also an outstanding writer, adjective and noun. So you see the same combination. He is not only a good scholar, but also an outstanding writer. So this is what we call parallel expression. Not only will they paint, now this is very important. Imagine you start with not only, then you have to use a clause in the interrogative form. This many students may not know. I started the sentence with not only. Then we should use a clause in the interrogative form. Not only will they paint the outside of the house, but also the inside. But also inside. Not only will they will paint not only the outside, but also the inside. That is the actual sentence. But if you start with not only, you have to use a clause in the interrogative form. And this is very important. Not only when you start, will they paint the outside of the house, but also the inside of the house. That's understood. I hope you guys got the rule. Please say yes or no. Then I will go to rule number 83. And here everything looks easy and simple, but do remember, not only but also very easy to confuse the students in the exam or the candidates in the exam. They give a lengthy sentence and they try to place not only not in the correct position, wrong position. They're not easy. You got to read the sentence very carefully. Now these conjunctions are very important as well as along with, together with, and not. Some more I have written. When we join, what is the next rule? When we join or combine two subjects, focus on two subjects, using, we have to use conjunctions, using conjunctions like, as well as, along with, together with, and not, with, besides, in addition to, like, unlike. Some more are there, not that important. Nothing but, no less than, rather than. The verb agrees with the first subject. This is what you have to focus on. The verb agrees with the first subject. Now look at the examples. The minister, along with the party workers, has been arrested. Now answer my question, how many subjects are there in this sentence? Two. The minister and the party workers. Of the two, which is the first one, the minister, the verb should agree with the first subject. Based on that, don't consider along with the party workers. You should consider the first subject. What is it? The minister has been arrested. So sentence is correct. The principal together with the teachers. Again, what are the two subjects over here? The principal, first subject, And don't consider together with, but you have to focus on that. Together with the teachers. And here the second one is the teachers. Principal singular. Then you have to say has visited the exhibition. First subject and the verb, they have to tally. The principal has visited the exhibition. This is an important rule they have given so many times in different competitive exams. You got to memorize all these conjunctions. And only if you have these conjunctions at your fingertips, you will be able to answer the question. Now let us go to the last rule for today. Correct pairs. These already I have taught. No sooner takes. What are the pairs over here? No sooner. No sooner we have to use than. Hardly, scarcely, barely. We should use when. These combinations, these pairs you have to remember. And one more dimension you have to remember. If we begin a sentence with any of these, like no sooner, hardly, scarcely, barely, we should use the clause in the interrogative form. That is also very important. Based on that, also, they have given a lot of questions many a time. Yes. No sooner, first you have to focus on no sooner. Then you have to think of the word. What is the right word? Than. No sooner than one combination. But after that, you have to focus on the clause. The clause should be in interrogative form. He had reached past perfect affirmative. Had he reached past perfect interrogative? Then it is correct. Hardly, you have to look for the word when, the correct pair. And you should look at the clause. Did he reach? That is in past interrogative. Then the sentence is correct. Focus on both the aspects. If you focus only on no sooner than, oh, the sentence is right, very dangerous. You got to focus on, in some exams, they have given questions based on the combinations. Some exams, they have given questions based on the clause. They gave the clause in affirmative form, which is not correct. It should be in interrogative form. So these are the rules, four rules I wanted to teach, very important from competitive exams point of view. Now let us go to practice questions based on conjunctions. In addition to like, unlike, yes, yes. Second subject, either or, neither nor, fraction. Very good, I appreciate that. Now please go, good evening, Harshvardhan. A little late. Please go to the practice questions. First one, he is good at both English as well as Hindi. Is that right or wrong? It is wrong. Why is it wrong? The moment you see the word both, you should become alert. And as well as is not correct, it should be. And both and that is the correct combination. She likes not only reading but also to write. Is the sentence right or wrong? Both and both as well as wrong. That's very good. Visually easy to remember. Now she likes not only. First you become alert. You should become alert the moment you see not only. Then you have to look for but also. So no issue. But after that you have to see what is the word after not only. A reading. Here reading is used as a noun. Verb ing form used as a noun. What do you call it? Gerund. So she likes not only reading, but also then you cannot change the verb form. You cannot use a verb in the basic form or infinitive with to. That is not parallel expression. A reading, even here, what is the verb over here? Right. It should be in ing form. Based on that, it should be. She likes not only reading, but also writing. That is correct. Hmm. Question number three. He, together with his friends, have done this work. He, together with his friends, have done this work. Now, is this sentence right or wrong? It is not correct. What is the reason? Here, first and foremost, you have to focus on together with the conjunction. Then you have to look for the two. We use conjunctions to join. Here, to join or combine two subjects. What is the first subject? He. What is the second subject? His friends. But these conjunctions, when we join or use these conjunctions, the verb agrees with the first subject. What is the first subject? Third person singular. Then we cannot say have, it should be has. So not only to, that is also right, but generally we don't say that. She likes not only to write but also to read. That sounds a little odd. She likes not only reading but also writing. That is more practical usage point of view. This is an important one. Many students know as well as along with, but they are not aware of and not. This is an important one. The mother and not her children. The mother and not her children. This is the conjunction. The mother, the first subject, her children, children, child singular, children plural. But the verb agrees with the first subject. So we cannot say based on that have been appreciated. We have to say has been appreciated. The mother has been appreciated and not the children. Linda, unlike her sisters, are very beautiful. Now, what is the conjunction over here? Like, unlike, these are very important. And we have two subjects. One is Linda, name of a person, and the other one, her sisters. Her sisters, plural noun. But here the verb agrees with the first one, not with the second one. Based on that, Linda is singular. We cannot say are very beautiful. We have to say is very beautiful. Is very beautiful. Linda is very beautiful. That's right. Question number 6. Barely. Barely also means a hardly. Bare has another meaning. It has many meanings, but generally, if you take the word only bare, it means barefoot, not covered. Bare means what? Not covered. Barefoot, bare body, not covered. Barely had he completed the work than his manager entered the room. So the moment you see hardly, scarcely, barely, you have to think of the combination. It is not then, it should be when. And also you have to focus on whether the clause is in interrogative form or not. Had he completed, it is in interrogative, nothing wrong with that. Sentence number 7. No sooner, then you have to use not when, you have to use then. No sooner did he reach the airport, interrogative, past tense. The flight took off, take off, past took off. The new manager, along with his subordinates, along with, that should be focused on his subordinates, the new manager. The verb agrees with the first subject. What is the first subject over here? Has made a big, the new manager. So singular, new manager, third person singular. We have to use a singular verb. It is a singular verb. Based on that, the sentence is grammatically correct, no error. The owner as well as the workers are rude. And these questions are not easy. Many students in the actual exam, they may not get these questions, they cannot spot the error for two reasons. One, they are not aware of the rules. Second, sometimes what happens, you know the rule, but if you don't practice enough in the exam, under pressure, you cannot spot the error. Now, here, your focus should be on the moment you see, as well as then you have to become alert. What are the two subjects? The owner, the workers. But the verb agrees with the first subject. What is the first subject? Owner, that is singular. Is rude. She reads not only fiction but also non-fiction. Here it is understood fiction novels, non-fiction novels. If you ask me, sir, what is fiction, what is non-fiction? Fiction means imagination, like our movies, commercial movies, hero, heroine, villain, all that stuff. Non-fiction based on facts. Usually, to become good at English, we suggest conversational English. You got to read English novels. Initially, you have to read fiction novels, and after some time, you have to read non-fiction novels. There you come across conversational English. So, what is the answer for the last one? There is no error whatsoever. She reads not only what fiction, but also non-fiction. Absolutely no problem. Yes, that's right. Now let us go to questions from previous year's papers. Question number one, an important question. Error location. First five questions, error location. Fiction Bahubali. Yes, that's right. English novels, many of them are fiction, and a few are non fiction. And a lot of people read to become good at conversational English. They read, we also recommend, we suggest, read English novels, fiction. First part, there's an error. Here, I went to the temple with my parents, my aunts, and my cousins. The word cousin you have to focus on. What is the reason? Common error, those who are otherwise good at English also, they tend to say, my cousin, brother, cousin, brother, cousin, sister. Is this right or wrong, cousin, brother? If I say cousin, brother, cousin, sister, is that right or wrong? Absolutely wrong. After cousin, you should not use any word. He is my cousin, she is my cousin. Never use cousin brother, cousin sister. They are not correct. They are wrong. Yes. Now, again, where is the error? I appreciate those students who could spot the error. Not an easy one. I went to the temple. Now, here it talks about the primary purpose. When we use in the sentence school, college, university, temple, mosque, church, hospital, and the sentence in the sentence the words refer to the primary purpose. Temple means to pray. Then we should not use any article before that particular word. Based on that, I went to temple with my parents, my aunts, and my cousins. And here it talks about the primary purpose to pray. What is the primary purpose? Why do you go to a temple? To pray. She is a student. She goes to school every day. No article. But I went to the school. My purpose is not the primary purpose. I went to the school to meet the principal. Here I have to use the. I went to the school to meet the principal. But she is a student. She goes to school. Here she goes to school. We cannot say the school. This is an important one they have given in many exams. So, what is this question about related to articles? Articles, omission. Before these nouns, we have to omit, we should not use any article. Question number two. Before dinner, lunch, breakfast, tea, coffee, generally speaking, no article. Specific you can use. She went to the temple to meet the priest. Very good. Bhavana. There, to meet the priest, something specific. You can say the temple. But she goes to temple every Friday, primary purpose. Here you cannot say the temple. She goes to temple every Friday. I have passed the examination 2 years ago. Now, here there's a time phrase. Whenever you come across the time phrase, you have to look for the time phrase. That's very important. And you have to, based on the time phrase, you can decide whether the sentence is right or wrong. 2 years ago, this time phrase goes with past tense. Which tense? Past tense. And it doesn't go with present perfect. But here it is in present perfect. It is not correct. We should change it to past tense. How do you change? Just strike off the word have. Then how does the sentence go? I passed the examination 2 years ago. That is right, and it is in past tense. I hope you got. And please make it a habit to focus on the time phrases. I always tell my students 1 second you can spot the error if you focus on the time phrase. When you read a sentence, deliberately, intentionally look for the time phrase. The moment you see the time phrase, you will have the ability to know which tense the sentence has to be in. Based on that, you can spot the error within no time. This is also an important question, but I'm sure many of you can answer. We should not use present perfect tense. Unless you don't give the keys of the safe, you will be shot. This is an important question. So, unless that is a negative word, unless it's a negative word, and there's one more negative word in the same clause, what is it? Not. In a sentence, in a clause, not in a sentence, in a clause, we cannot use two negative expressions. That is known as double negative. Double negatives are not correct. So, how do you change? How do you correct the sentence? Unless you give, we should not use do not. Unless you give the keys of the safe, you will be shot. Hmm. That is right. Unless you give, we cannot say you don't give. So, this question is about a double negative. Unless you work hard, you will not get success, obviously. Now, question number 4, of the billions of stars in the galaxy. This is an easy one. Sometimes we come across very easy questions, but sometimes what happens, you may ask, sir, why do they give easy questions? I will tell you something interesting. First, you answer this question. Of the billions of stars in the galaxy, how much are suitable for life? Here you're talking about stars. Star singular, stars plural. That means countable noun. When it comes to countable nouns, we cannot use much, we have to use many. Much goes with uncountable. Many, much goes with what? Uncountable nouns. And many goes with countable, countable nouns. Now, I said some of these questions look very easy. Let me ask a question. What is already you have already learned. What is the difference between and among? What is the difference? I repeat, what is the difference between the two prepositions between and among? Stars are uncountable. Who is this? Umang, Bansal. No, stars are countable. You mean to say practically, literally, no one can count. If you mean that, you're right. But you can count stars. I got what exactly you're trying to convey. Literally not possible, but you can definitely count. One, two, three, four. At least a few you can count. Who is this Bansal? I appreciate that. But between goes with two persons or two things, and more than two, we use among. Everyone knows this. More than two among. In one particular session, there were about 400 students. I will tell you why they give easy questions sometimes. I was doing explanation mock test, and that particular batch, I had 400 students. There was a question based on between and among. I will write the first part of the sentence, a lengthy sentence. The boy wanted to play or wanted to be between the stars, something like this. Now, is this expression right or wrong? The boy wanted to play, forget about wanted to play, wanted to be, consider the boy wanted to be between the stars. Is this right or wrong? The boy wanted to be between the stars. It is wrong, obviously. What is the reason? Stars, so many are there. And what is the right word over here? More than two. We should say among. But you'll be surprised to know out of 400, only 40 could spot the error. Out of 400, only 40 could spot the error. You may ask why. Pressure, under pressure, not easy. Lengthy sentence, unfamiliar context. They may give between in place of among or among in place of between. Under pressure, the same question becomes a tough question. So don't take the point here, don't take anything for granted. Every sentence you have to read meticulously. You have to respect every word. That is very important. Yes, obviously, now everyone answers. Now, if I ask, they will say, sir, between is not correct because stars so many. We have to use among. But when they took the mock test, they could not because of pressure. That is the reason why sometimes they give very easy questions. They look very easy. But in the exam, how many can answer? That's a $1 million question. On being called, so not on being called, all of us entered into the room. Here, this again, they have given many a time. What is a word? What is a verb? Enter. After enter, the verb enter does not take the preposition into. It's a common error. What is it? Common error. Generally, we say walked, walk into the room. That is right. Using the same logic, run into the room, walk into the room. People think entered into the room. English, you cannot generalize that way. We have rules, we have exceptions. Walk, run. They take, run into the room, dashed into the room, walked into the room. They're right. Using the same logic, you think enter into the room, that is not correct. So, this is again based on common errors. Has anyone got all the five correct? First five questions based on error location. Has anyone got all the five correct? That means you're very good at English grammar. You're ready for the exam. 5 out of 5 today errors. Ah, that's wonderful. I appreciate. Cakewalk. Oh, your standards have gone up. You have raised your standards. Oh, many students. That's really good. He is in want of a reliable servant. Now, sentence improvement. He is in want of a reliable servant. Reliable means what? Dependable. I will underline this part also. Now try to substitute. He is in want of, definitely it is not correct. He needs a reliable servant. You cannot say he refused, who will refuse a reliable servant? That doesn't make any sense. And he needs, refuse, decline. These two words don't go with the context. And given expression is not correct. What is the correct word over here? He needs a reliable servant. Reliable means what? Dependable. Rely, depend, dependable, reliable, dependable. Let us go to question number 2, sentence improvement. Changu is as tall, if not taller than Chanchu. I don't know, these names sound a little strange. Not for me, at least, they are not familiar names. Maybe some part of the world they are regular names or common names. So, where is the error? Please mention the question number. That's very important. He is in need of a reliable servant. That is also right. He is in need of a reliable servant. But do you see that over here? He is in need of, you don't see the word need. So you cannot use that expression. But if you want to know, if you are curious, it is absolutely right. He is in need of something. In need of what? He is in need of a reliable servant. Perfect. Good. Here, this has been given again in many competitive exams. It goes with common errors. Changu is as tall as, you have to use as tall as, the given expression is not correct. As tall, not correct. As tall as, if not taller to, if not taller than, there should be small letter. So what is the answer here? Changu is as tall as, comma, if not taller than Chanchu. So people try to omit the second as, that is not correct. As tall as, comparison, as big as tall as. Is respect really preferable than money? You can easily answer this also. Is respect really preferable than money? Please mention the question number. Here, what is a clue for you? Already you have learned comparative adjectives like anterior, posterior, superior, inferior, senior, junior, preferable, elder, prior, and the verb prefer. They all take the preposition to, not than, which is a common error. So preferable to doesn't go with the context. Not at all correct. It's a common error. So preferable to money. What is the answer here? Question number three. Elder also have mentioned. All those should be at your fingertips. Now let us go to question number four. Preferable to money. That is right. As soon as winter sets in an important phrase, the number of tourists start increasing suddenly. This is a good question. If you get this right, you should be happy. Not an easy one. Anterior, posterior, exterior, interior, exterior. That's one pair. Anterior, posterior, one pair. Senior, junior, superior, inferior. Yes. Now, what is the answer? Question number four. Many students have said third option. As soon as winter sets in, nothing wrong with that part. The number, this is a clue for you. There are two phrases in English, the number, a number. The number takes a singular verb, a number takes a plural verb. The number of tourists, don't consider the phrase. The number, the sentence is in present tense. The subject is third person singular. It is in affirmative. Then what is the rule you have learnt? We should add s or es to the verb. What is the verb over here? Start. It is not correct. It should be starts. The number of tourists are increased. Amount. Okay, here start increasing. What is this? The number of tourists starts increasing. I don't see that option here. So, what is the answer you have chosen? The number of tourists increases. That is right, but I don't think that way you can correct. What is the reason? There are two words over here. The number of tourists starts increasing. That is also right. I will write here. The number of tourists, the number starts increasing. Based on the given sentence, it should be this. The number of tourists starts increasing. You can also say the number of tourists increases. That means you cannot consider two words. The number increases. That is also right. But in my opinion, it should have been, they should have given this option. What is the reason? Here we can touch only one particular word. We cannot touch two words. Based on that, if you touch the verb starts increasing, then the sentence is correct. And you don't get a chance to touch two words. Preferable, this one. Have you got it? What does it mean, Ravi Teja? What is that expression? It is not between the two. You may ask, sir, why this one is preferable? Reason is quite obvious. You can touch only one word. And if you touch the verb, then the sentence is correct. Now let us go to, sometimes I don't understand your expressions. Very difficult to make out. Sentence number 5, sentence improvement. Call in this evening if you can. Call in this evening if you can. We have to read that way. Have something important to discuss. That's why I had to spend about 2 minutes or 3 minutes. You cannot touch two words logically. Imagine they divide over there, then what will you do? They divide the sentence here. Then which word will you touch? You cannot touch two words. As soon as winter sets in, they divide the number of tourists again here, start one word, then increasing suddenly. Then which word will you touch? Obviously, starts increasing. Now, what is the answer? Call in this evening if you can. Called in, you cannot use past here. Call for, call off. So, what is the answer? Who has said very good? I see one. Who is this? Adi and Bhavana and some more students. No error. That is the answer. Call in means what? To visit. Here it's a phrasal verb. Call in means visit. Visit this evening if you can. Have something important to discuss. So, answer is no improvement. Now, who has got all the 5 correct sentence improvement? Sentence improvement, who has got all the 5 correct? Ravi Teja, no improvement. The given sentence is absolutely right. First, you have to know the meaning of call in, the phrasal verb. What does it mean? To visit. Please, you can also say drop in. Drop in, call in, for. So, a tough question you got. Now, please go to fillers. In the tragic incident, none of the 145 passengers could survive after helping verb. If you have to use a verb, that should be in bare infinitive. Remember, you may ask, sir, what is this bare infinitive? The basic form without to. Could survive, could go, could do. Survive. None of the 145 passengers survive. Already incident over. You cannot use a verb in present. Survived. He is surviving. Again, you cannot use present continuous. So what is the answer over here? The third option. But here, smart learning is important. Now you got the answer. We go to the next question. That is not smart learning. Here, you should look at the sentence. There is one particular word which is very important. You have to recollect two rules. Now answer my question. Which part of speech is none? My first question. Which part of speech is the word none? Just answer that question. There is time lag. I will wait. My question, the word none, part of speech. Which part of speech is it? Yes, without to, it is called bare infinitive. It is not an adverb. Oh, I'm surprised. Two students say adverb, and two students say pronoun. It is a pronoun. What is it? Pronoun. Now the second question. Which type of pronoun is it? Already one student has answered. That's very good. Distributive pronoun. What is it? Not distributive, I'm sorry. Indefinite pronoun. Indefinite pronoun. Indefinite pronouns are very important. Indefinite means not specific. And two of them are very important. One, none, one, everyone, someone, everybody, somebody, no one, nobody. But I have given two rules, none, one. What is the rule that goes with none? After none, if you have a phrase like of the boys, of the girls, of the employees, of the 145 passengers, then we should use a singular verb, not a plural verb. That you have to recollect. And when you use one as a subject, you have to use either one or ones. You cannot use a personal pronoun, you cannot use a possessive pronoun. Even that you have to recollect. That's what I call smart learning. You have to recollect based on one word the related rules. Now let us go to, I'm sure you will answer this one. No one, nobody, none, everyone, everybody. But two are important, none, one. These two you can't afford to forget. America was found, that is not the right word, reached, either discovered or invented. Quite often students ask, so what is the difference between discovered and invented? Discovered, already it is there. You find something, already it is existing. It has been existing. Then we use the word discover. And you create something new. Then we use the word invention. Discover means to find out. Invent means to create something new. No confusion whatsoever. My cousin will arrive. Discovered India. Yes. Not invented. Discovered. You discover something. It's already there. You find that, then it is known as discovery. But you create something new. That is known as invention. Yes. On Sunday, my cousin will arrive in Sunday, practically impossible, at Sunday, the Sunday, on Sunday. She will arrive on Sunday, on Monday, on Tuesday. An easy one. I asked him for some paper, but this is an important one. Invented electric bulb. That's right. Perfect example. Please go to question number 4. This is an important question. It cannot be had not, has not. It should be either the third option or fourth option. Not, I think a few students got it right. Many chose third option. It is not, third option. It is not the fourth option. What is the reason? I asked him. The context goes into past. Because the context goes into the past, you cannot use has, you have to say, he had none. What is the answer? The third option is the answer. But he had none. Context. Based on the context, the verb should be in past perfect, not past perfect, past. He had none. Here it is in the past. Yes, that's right. You cannot use it in present. The last question based on fillers, it is difficult. Affection on her. Yes, past. Please go to the last question. It is difficult. Affection on her. It is difficult showering. That is not correct. It is difficult to shower. Affection on her seems right. It is difficult shower, not correct. Off showering, not correct. So what is the answer? The second option, that is the answer, to shower. Shower has got many meanings. Excuse me. You all know the word shower. uh, when it comes to rain, now let us take the word showers, one word that goes with rain as well, and drizzle, small drops, very small drops, shower, little bigger, drizzle. Then we use the word rain. Then we use heavy rain. Heavy rain, we have a few idiomatic expressions. Oh, all the five correct. That's wonderful. One is to rain cats and dogs. To rain cats and dogs means what? To rain heavily. You can also say downpour. Downpour. But one more, many students don't know, to rain in torrents. Remember this one. To rain in torrents also means to rain heavily. To rain in torrents. Hmm. Yes. Try to recollect these, very important. Now let us go to, we are running out of time. What time is it? 8:20. We have only 10 minutes. It will be better. Now, scrambled sentences. Today I haven't brought active voice, passive voice. I haven't brought direct speech, indirect speech. The last five questions go with scrambled sentences. Not that easy. You got to read very carefully. It will be better. You have to spend some time. It will be better. What will be better? Ask the question. Heavy rain, yes. 1 3. What is the third option? You mean scrambled sentences? Prithvi Raja. It will be better. Ask the question, what will be better? It will be better to provide quality education to a few, not many, than enroll in masses and churn them out as graduates after perfunctory teaching. Perfunctory means superficial, not profound. So here, Q, it has to start with Q. How many options with Q? Ruled out, ruled out. QR, to provide quality education, them, it doesn't make any sense. To provide quality education to a few. So answer is the second option or third option. Third option. Good, you guys got it right. Let us go to question number 2. I was born here in the old city. The girl told us. Please mention the question number. Screen is not clear. Who is this? Uma Maheshwar Rao. Others, please respond. Uma Maheshwara says the screen is not clear. You are the first person to say that. Others, do you have any problem with the screen? We cannot change the screen result. It is clear. No one has ever said that. Guys, please respond. Is there any problem with the screen? It's perfect. Yes, that's what I feel. Thank you. Here, I was born here in the old city, the girl told us. When we inquired, you have to start with, when we inquired, Q. How many options with Q? Only one option. Based on that, what is the answer? When we inquired, her answer suggested that her family has roots and belongs to the traditional part where the temples are, as opposed to the modern towns that consist mostly of hotels. Full stop. Some say people here are more ethnically pure. So what is the answer? Easy, based on elimination approach. If you get the first one, there ends the matter. Within no time, you can get the correct answer. From my end, there is no problem. At my end, there is no problem. Everything looks crystal clear. Perhaps there is a problem at your end, you got to correct it. Usually, I take the majority opinion. Many students say, "Sir, there is a problem. Definitely, I will look into it." Making ourselves, making ourselves what? Masters of our language. RP. How many options you have with RP? Only one option. Based on that, what is the answer? Question number 3. Second option. I don't think so. Making ourselves masters of our language is an important part of growing into full manhood or womanhood. Obviously, answer is the third option. The moment you see making ourselves masters of something, make yourself master of something. Based on that, you can easily make out making ourselves masters of something. Masters of what? Our language. And only one option begins with R, and continuity of that RP. Answer is the third option. Within no time, you should be able to make out. A nation, please mention the question number. A nation, these are really challenging, time taking, and challenging. A nation is not made by the material assets it possesses, but by the will and collective determination of the people. Easy one. But what is the first one over here? A nation is not made by what? The material assets it possesses. That means QP. How many options you have QP? Only one option. It is not made by the material assets it possesses, but by the will and the collective determination of the people. Answer is the second one. That's right. Very good. I appreciate that. Now let us go to question number four. Four we have done, the last question for today. Question number five. When the governor, yes, yes, that's right. When the governor, when the governor subject, then you have to look for the verb. When the governor, what is the verb here? Obviously, it should be. When the governor found out why the bell had rung, he ordered that justice should be immediately done to the horse. So, what is the first one over here? When the governor found out why, it has to start with S. How many options are there? Two options. When the governor found out why the bell had rung, SP. How many options with SP? Only one option. So, what is the answer? It is the third option. That's all about the questions. And please listen to me for 2 minutes. I launched core grammar course this morning, plus classes, an academy platform. And here I'm going to teach tenses, tags, voice, speech, conditionals, sentences, and concord. The time slot 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And you have to use my referral code, Korlapati 4-5077. Besides, every day I offer two time slots a day. I offer free classes, special classes, an academy platform, holistic vocabulary. I bring questions related to idioms, one word substitutes, misspelled words, synonyms, antonyms, fillers. The time slot 12 noon to 1 p.m. Even here you have to use my referral code Kolapati 4-5077. Every evening, 7:30 to 8:30, YouTube, an academy channel, 200 grammar rules, you all know that. And what is the time slot? 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And we have done almost 20 sessions. That's very good. I appreciate. Now, slowly, I want to raise the standards this particular session. And 12 noon to 1, that is the best session, in my opinion, because a lot of words you can learn, a lot of information I usually give, words, idioms, phrases, and this also because you guys feel many questions are easy. We'll try to raise the standards and I'll try to do more value addition. Thanks for being with me till 8:29. We still have 1 minute. If you have a question, you could ask me. If you don't have a question, I'll wind up the session. Shall I wind up the session? You got to respond. You got to say, yes, sir, wind up. No, sir, don't wind up. Please give time phrases based on tenses. Okay, but here I don't grammar rules. I will squeeze in some time. I will give. That will definitely help in the real sense. Tenses, time phrases, specific. You got to have all the time phrases at your fingertips. I'll try to do that. Thank you very much. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow. It is Murthy's English, name of the Telegram channel, Murthy's English. You have to practice a lot. First, you have to learn the rule. Then you have to practice a few questions based on the rule. Then you have to revise and use mnemonics. And eventually, you should have all the rules at your fingertips. That is possible. You got to spend some time. That is important.